Oh, hello. Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, or good whatever you're watching this video, live or otherwise. Thank you for stopping by. This is the Sports Talk Network channel, and specifically this video is Steve's Wrestling Ramble. This podcast episode of Steve's Wrestling Ramble here on March 1st of the year that is 2018. Yes, I have a different background being in my home, but a different background just for this episode. So excuse me. So yeah, sorry about that. I thought I heard something. Oh. Anyways, welcome to the stream. We'll be reviewing WWE Elimination Chamber 2018 edition. Also, we'll be talking Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, other things, news and notes. But I did want to start off, and I didn't know if my teammates would be able to be here, but I didn't want to start off with a moment of silence. So I was going to do a 10-bell salute for my co-host Kyron Chase and his personal things going on. I do say again here on air that my thoughts and prayers are to him and his family. I don't want to divulge what it is because that's his personal business. It's his family business. If he wants to bring it up on his own channel or ever at all online in any way, that's his business. That's up to him. But I would just say that I'm here for you, my friend, my co-host, my wrestling brother. Like we are a family here with me and my team members and others as well in the wrestling community. As I'm sure, as I would actually want. I don't mean to be a goody two shoes in this sense, but I am, and that's what I am. So okay, so sue me. I want all YouTubers to at least respect each other of all kinds. Whether it's my mini beef with BC Amplified or other YouTubers that I certainly do respect, like my co-host Kyron Chase, Bounty Score, and others. But anyways, I do want to have here at least a moment of silence for Kyron and his family. So yeah, moment of silence. Okay, let's start with Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber was a pretty good show. I mean, it could have been better. Would it be? And for the pay-per-view like Elimination Chamber that was, heading into it, people had a feeling this was going to be a very kind of pay-per-view. Not because of the matches not being interesting at all, but very predictable of a show. So much that I would say a good amount of people that do predictions, whether online, on paper, or otherwise, got perfect scores, did perfectly, and as I did, as many did as well, because it was that predictable of a show. But still, just because something's predictable, I just want to emphasize this to WWE fans and my followers and others of this channel and otherwise, that just because something's predictable, whether something predictable on your TV show and storyline or predictable on a storyline in WWE and pro wrestling, sports entertainment, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And with Elimination Chamber and that's setting up for the Raw brand heading into WrestleMania this year, that will be culminating in April in New Orleans. Everything that happened in Elimination Chamber, not just happened for a reason, but I think was done and executed pretty dang well in booking of the show. Could have been better, sure, but not everything is perfect. Region for perfection is its own never going to get sort of thing for anything. But I think the show did pretty well, and specifically with the first ever women's elimination chamber match, starting to show off with that. That was a good move. I think they should have done that with the Royal Rumble. Having the first ever women's Royal Rumble start off the show and then ending the show with the men's. I'm just saying. Alexa Bliss retaining the Raw Women's Championship. Roman Reigns winning the Men's Elimination Chamber. And there were other matches, I guess, that were on the show. But I don't think they're much of privy to be mentioned here, at least not by me. If other people, my team members or others were joining in, I'll let them talk about those other matches. But the main two matches, the two matches that are dubbed with the namesake of the pay-per-view, Elimination Chamber, were pretty good. And I certainly enjoyed them both. More so the women's than the men's. I would say the same thing as I did in my review for the Royal Rumble, that I enjoyed the women's Royal Rumble more than the men's. But both equally were good. In the women's Elimination Chamber, you had that moment with Sasha Banks and Bayley. Seems like, not a full heel turn, but teasing of a heel turn to happen sometime soon here. Probably looks like Sasha Banks. Though I have said in the past, it looked like at that point Bayley was going to be the one turning heel, and I would have been all right with that. Also, I've been hearing online that people think that Sasha Banks and Bayley one of them should have won the Elimination Chamber, become the champion, and those two face off at WrestleMania for that Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Those two superstars are so good that they don't need a championship belt to be fighting over to steal the show at WrestleMania. Those who can still have their match at WrestleMania one-on-one, whether they're going to be curtain jerkers starting off the show, pre-show, it really doesn't matter to me. They still could steal the show. And even if they're on the pre-show, steal the show there. Do what you have to do. But those two being as good as they are, one of, and I guess arguably the best in the women's division or in pro wrestling, the female wrestling scene, I say still Charlotte Flair being number one to me, my opinion there. But have Sasha Banks and Bayley go one-on-one at WrestleMania, no title, just a match. And that match can, will, and definitely should deliver if that is to be the case, and that is to be the plan. But in the Elimination Chamber, you had the Absolution members, the beautiful, actually awesome, talented, and I would say underrated. You know, I talk about Bray Wyatt being overrated, the New Day being a little bit overrated, and you know, they should break up at some point soon as a team. Mandy Rose is underrated, in my opinion. Now, as much as I say she's underrated, I'm not saying she should become Raw Women's Champion tomorrow or WrestleMania. But to have her be the first one eliminated in the Royal Rumble, first ever Women's Royal Rumble, first one eliminated, the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match. Interesting. But as much as that, again, was predictable because, you know, you have Absolution, then you have a 5-time Women's Champion, Mickie James. You don't want her to go down. Bayley, maybe. I mean, especially if you started off with Sonya Deville and Bayley, and then you have Mandy Rose coming in next, and, you know, that in itself was predictable while you're watching, not obviously beforehand, but while you're watching of the entrance, or, you know, who's going to be coming out in the chamber, even though it's at random. You know how much we believe in that, at random for Elimination Chambers or Royal Rumbles. You know, they really should. I know this is kind of off topic, you know, rambling. This is what the show is. But sprouting off of it for a moment, I really actually would like them to book a Royal Rumble or an Elimination Chamber match. Just try it once. You can still at least book who you have to win, of course. But actually truly doing a Royal Rumble randomly. Like legitimately having them draw numbers, whether on camera or off. Like legitimately having what feels like a real Royal Rumble. And you have the superstars draw their numbers that night or otherwise, and truly drawing numbers. But maybe you can still book some things or moments in the match but you'd have to do it off of how and what numbers their superstars actually truly got, not the quote unquote at random when it really isn't at all mapped out the very last spot and the finish outside Royal Rumble or otherwise. But I actually like to see a Royal Rumble that's truly at random, meaning with the numbers and entrance. You can still make it work. Still put on a good show. It's still a Royal Rumble. It's the intrigue of who's coming out next. That's the point of it, right? And you can still book whoever you plan to have winning that said Royal Rumble, whatever number they come out. Even if they draw number 9, number 1, number 30. However, I think that'd be cool if they actually did that once. Truly. Like a real Royal Rumble. No, it's still a strictly television entertainment. Things are still going to be played out in a sense, but at least the entry numbers of said superstars are actually being at random. And if I have to, I'll be there backstage giving out all the numbers. I don't care for all 30 and making sure that it is that way for at least one Royal Rumble. Like I said, you can still do that. Have it actually. And by the way, if I did that, I would actually film part of it for this channel, or not. Maybe WWE won't want me to. I would just be lucky enough to be backstage at a WWE event. But after making sure that, then they do what they would have to do, booking things and whoever they plan to have winning. But I really think they should try that once. But back to Mandy Rose, back to Absolution. Having Mandy Rose be again the first one eliminated, I was a little gypped by that, and I mentioned that on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, my Twitter polls, I think most on my Elimination Chamber poll posting, it was good show. I certainly agree with that wholeheartedly for sure. It was a good show indeed. Sure, anything could have been better. But having Braun Strowman looking strong, almost as strong as you can book him, well, beyond him winning it and going through everybody, but he went through most. And the roadblock and the when he couldn't get through was Roman Reigns, and even Roman Reigns had to give him like 3 Superman punches, 6 Superman punches, 10 spears. It seemed like, even though it wasn't that number, but you know what I mean. It took a lot to defeat the monster among men. So Braun Strowman looking strong, and then after the match, Braun Strowman attacking Roman Reigns, and what I've been hearing in the dirt sheets and otherwise, and my credible ones as well, is that Braun Strowman attacking Roman Reigns was not to plant a seed of him being added into the Universal Championship match, because that's not going to happen. I'm not saying nothing can happen, but it doesn't seem that to be the plans of WWE for Braun Strowman. But that was indeed to have the fans go home happy with Braun, a guy that's very over, attacking and scoop slamming a guy that the fans dislike the most, or maybe second most to John Cena, who knows. Whatever, you get the point. You get the picture, right? And also that Braun Strowman might be in the Intercontinental Championship scene, which on Raw, it may seem like, and it looks like it will be a triple threat match with Finn Balor, Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, from the Intercontinental Championship, and also Seth Rollins. Well, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor getting wins in one-on-one matches against the champion Miz on Raw. Now, it's cool with me. And if they add Braun to the match, sure. But to be quite honest, I would rather see Braun Strowman in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and win that than to be in the Intercontinental Championship match and lose. Just to get my opinion on that one. Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns cutting a promo, shoot-style promo on Brock Lesnar. That was pretty entertaining. I thought it was pretty dang good. Better than his one that he did when he actually was in the ring with John Cena, contract signing, I believe, many months ago. Talking about Brock Lesnar hiding behind his contract. He was in Vegas, but he was taking photos of Dana White of the UFC strip there. Vegas, not an Elimination Chamber. about we're 6 weeks away from WrestleMania and the Universal Champion isn't here and everything else. How he's not afraid of him. He says he doesn't respect him. He doesn't fear him either. Pretty well done. Pretty well done for sure. Now I get what WWE's trying to do and not just simply trying to get fans to. He's trying to get fans on Roman Reigns' side. Will that work? Maybe not. Maybe so. Who knows? It might work more with casual fans than others, but still, it was a good attempt, and it made sense to do that because for some WWE members of the WWE universe now, after this great promo by Reigns, actually do look forward to the moment when Reigns and Lesnar actually meet face to face in a Monday Night Raw in the future, whether that's next week or the Go Home Show to Mania, however that to be. But it's certainly going to be interesting and awesome all its own right. I would surely say that. SmackDown Live, not too much really to talk about there. John Cena, though on Raw, was talking about how and teasing that he would be going to challenge The Undertaker, and then saying that match can't happen. It's impossible. Well, John, nothing's impossible, right? Right, nothing's impossible unless, you put your mind to it, right? You can do anything. That's the motto. I really do hope that's the case because I would like to see The Undertaker wrestle one more match. Now, selfishly also because I would like to be at that said WrestleMania in April. Almost to the point of throwing Hail Mary passes and asking others to help me out to try to get there. But, which upon a star, hopefully it can happen. But we'll see in that regard in its own right. But for The Undertaker to have a final match that face John Cena, put Cena over, I don't think it would agree anything that happened last year and with everything that happened after the match with Roman Reigns and what seemed like his retirement at that point. Because we have one final match with The Undertaker and facing John Cena, and then over to the sunset and have something on Raw like Ric Flair did when he retired. I think he deserves that type of moment. Let's say goodbye and otherwise, or whatever he wants to do. But that's up to him as an individual. If he wants to have a final match, if he wants to wrestle again at WrestleMania, then all he has to do is talk to Vince McMahon, say he's ready to go. Say, hey, I'm ready to wrestle. I want to wrestle WrestleMania, but this is the final time. Who do you have as my opponent? This and that. That can be done. But I hope it to be the case, and I hope it's to happen with Cena. That's for sure. That's pretty much it for Elimination Chamber Raw and SmackDown. We didn't want to talk about BC Amplified. I did say that I want to talk about that. I respect him. He has a following for a reason. Those that speak the loudest do, I guess, whether they're a minority or majority. It's not that he's an idiot, because he's not. He's very smart. He knows what he's talking about. And there are times where he is correct. But just because you question everything, just because you think you know things or you speak the loudest, doesn't mean you're the end-all be-all on opinions when talking about WWE Pro Wrestling. Same thing with me, just because I might think strongly about a topic or my opinion on a stance doesn't mean I'm the end-all be-all either. It's good to have debates with people. It's good to listen to others' opinion and not trash them and call them idiots if it's anything different from yours. Because they're not. Everybody has an opinion and everybody's entitled to it. You're entitled to yours and stick with your opinion and not waver, as I'm entitled to my opinion about anything, not just pro wrestling, and stick to it. And we're all entitled to it. Now, whether you think it's stupid or crazy or this and that, if someone's opinion on something, then that's your own opinion on that opinion, right? Snowball back there. But I do open a challenge to you and an open invitation to you to come on to this show, Steve's Wrestling Ramble. You probably won't accept it. Not just because you're scared of me, because you're not. You're not scared of anybody. You're an alpha male. Why would you need to be scared of anybody? You're the man, right? So it's not that you're scared of me. That's not it. Is it because you don't need to waste your time with me on my show? Maybe, but I don't think that's would be the main reason you want to accept my challenge or my invitation. I actually don't think that's number one. I think the number one reason you, sir, be Mr. BC Amplified or whatever your real name is. Because trust me, people, his name is not BC Amplified. That's his character here on YouTube. He does a good job at it, but he has an actual government real name. But I think the real reason, sir, that you would not and will not, let alone respond to this or accept my challenge, is because you simply just don't want to. And that's fine. See, I know some of you were thinking I was going to say something else. No, it's just simply you don't want to. Again, it's not just because he thinks it's a waste of his time or I'm beneath him because I do have only close to 230 subscribers. That's not it. That's actually not it. Nor is it not the other that I brought up as well. No, that's not it. It's just simply he doesn't want to. And that's fine with me. I'd be shocked. I would actually be literally shocked if he responded to this, saw this, or tweeted at me at all. And that's just that, let alone him accepting or not accepting the challenge or the invite. Just responding in any way, indirectly or directly. Like I said, I respect him. I just don't like how his character and what his character has become there. I'm BC Amplified, I'm Amplified. And if you're not, it's one of those like, if you're not Amplified, it's one of those, it seems like, again, maybe just me being, assuming, and you know what assuming can do. But, even sometimes he's talking about how he's amplified about something. And if you're not amplified about whatever that is or about said thing or specifically about his Sasha Banks, then what the heck's wrong with you, right? No, whereas me, I can be really pissed off at you right now. You wouldn't know because I'm in a calm, respectful, grown-ass man voice. Oh, by the way, I'm not pissed off at you. I'm just not liking what BC Amplified seems to be. The voice of the voiceless, right? The one that doesn't mince words. That's all good. I try to do that too. I just do it in actual lower registry. I actually find your amplified, 2-0 other character thing entertaining. Right? So I'm not going to trash everything you do. That's just be dumb of me. And incorrect. And a lie. So the only issue I have with the BC Amplified is that it seems like you think that you are the know be all because you do have people in the know at NXT. And that's good too. Hey. And by the way, for those that ever want him to try to divulge who that is, you're not going to get that out of him. Not just because of his A-type personality and bravado. That's just because why would somebody give away their sources ever? Especially good sources like he has. So, but it seems like just because he has that and just because he then is right about things he talks about because he knows these things. And sometimes it seems like either news or things that he answered about are talking about with superstars or like he's talking about with Rusev Day and or other superstars. And in the end, sometimes he's correct or most of the time he's correct. It's because of those people that he knows. But he won't say that to be the case. He just say because he knows. Or how it should be so obvious. Okay. Again, that's your opinion. Respect it. I just don't like how it crossed. So I'm not saying you need to become me. You're popular for a reason by being amplified. I'm not popular for a reason because maybe I'm not amplified. I'm sure if you did respond to this video, that's probably the first thing you would say. I'm me, you're you. You're a guy from New York and a guy from Wisconsin. New Yorkers are tougher. But at least here in Wisconsin, we care. And here's the funniest part about this all. I'm just saying, if we ever actually did talk, whether through social media and DMs, sliding to each other's DMs, or on this show, me on your channel, if we actually did speak like real, not for the cameras or on this podcast, like just in a conference call, Google Hangout, Skype call, or Twitter DMs, back and forth, I actually think we have more in common than we would think, than I would think, than you would think. As much as I'm saying these negative things about you, or even more so in your amplified way would say about me. I think we would actually have more in common. I think I have some amplified in me that obviously hasn't come out in this video or in anything that I do here on this channel. Because I am, my journalist stuff is a kind or quote unquote goody two shoes caring soul. That even when I'm amplified, or as I just call him rants, because I'm not going to, that'd be giving infringement. That's his stick, that's his thing, and he does it well. I'm not going to change my thing to Steve amplified because that just sounds stupid and is a total ripoff to his. But when I do get even to that point, or ranting about something, or even here in this situation where I'm talking about you, BC Amplified, I don't go crazy, or I don't turn around and or throw something, or don't even move my arms, or do this arm thing he does when he's talking in the end, which is fine. I don't know if that's just his thing. Sometimes I do a shoulder thing and I don't even know it, so, or that. So I got my own quirks. I can't front him on that. I'm just saying that's things that irk me that really shouldn't, because who gives to you know what's really? And yes, I know I may seem goody two shoes because I don't try to swear, but when I'm ranting and when I do swear, then people know I'm pissed about whatever I'm talking about, ranting about something in WWE or NFL or another YouTuber. I want all YouTubers to respect each other. Not all YouTubers might not want to work with each other, but at least have them respect. But the point being is, if we did talk at all, sir, I think we find out we have more in common. And maybe I would find out that I have more amplified parts of me than I know. I just doesn't come out on camera. Trust me, though, if I'm watching a wrestling program or a TV show or whatever, or a pay-per-view or whatever, otherwise, just in my day-to-days and whatever, I actually have my amplified moments of, what the heck was that? That doesn't make sense. Why? All this sort of stuff, and deep diving into things. And here, talking about pro wrestling, I'm trying to deep dive into things. Maybe I should do that more often, but to be what it be. But I respect him. And I issue an open challenge to him to be on the show or to respond at all. BC Amplified in a sense reminds me of my good friend Raunchy Mike. There was a time when he started his channel where I wasn't the biggest fan of his either. It's his bravado and personality. But getting to know him, now being good friends with him, and having him technically part of my team when he is able to join, respect this son of a gun. And like I said, became friends. Not saying it's going to be the same for us, you and me, BCF5, but I'm just saying, again, we may have more in common than we think. I to you to me. But I just wanted to share that. Share my thoughts on things and why I have those little nitpicks, and also him calling the title straps, the Universal Strap, the US Strap. It's the Universal Championship, Raw Women's Championship, SmackDown Live Women's Championship, Raw Tag Team Championships, SmackDown Live or SmackDown Tag Team Championships, whatever you feel is best in that sense. Called either way. WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Am I missing any? Intercontinental Championship. Championships. They're called championships. They should be called and respected in that way. Especially you that's been watching wrestling for over 30 years, as you keep saying. Bless you. You think you would know that, but I'm sure you do. He's just trying to be cool and saying that the other way. Let me see here, actually. I think we had a couple people watching live. I just wanted to see if my chat is working. I know it's a bad time to look now while I'm near the end of the episode, but I want to see. Also, those watching live, otherwise, welcome to like the video. Share it to BC Amplified on Twitter, at BC Amplified. Send the video right to them, whether now or later or whatever. But I hope he does at least see this. Whether he responds or whatever, that's up to him. But other than that, pretty much I'm talking about WWE. Raw, SmackDown Live, Elimination Chamber was good. And all the other jazz. Like I said, this background or, this part of my house that I'm in, as I call it, an actual background to my video, is only here for this week, or at least these videos tonight. Maybe next week I'll do it. I don't know. Let you gals, let me know what you think of this. As I call it a background, but just me, another part of the house that I was in the other time with trying to set up. And this one isn't set up. It's just, things that had always been there. I like that thing pretty much. Anyways, hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I will be back here tomorrow with another video during the day. Actually, before I sign off, I want to see if any of my team members or others actually want to join in here. Doesn't look like it. All right. Like I said, we'll show this to be Amplified. Otherwise, hope you all have a great rest of your evening. And above all else, as always, take care.